Well, hey there. Good morning. It's Sunday once again. Hi, Bill Williams, sitting in for John Wallace, who's still out of commission. We are doing What's Going On, program about all kinds of events and things that are happening around the area. And we've got the pleasure this morning to speak with a couple of guys that have put together a new band. They call themselves MetaVerse. We're speaking this morning with Sean Delaney and Vinny Velez. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Definitely.
Yeah, sorry I got you up this early in the morning, but we're happy to have you here with us. Hey, before we get into your band, let's find out a little bit about you guys. Sean, I'm guessing, are you a lifer here? Do you grow up all around this area?
I am. I was born and raised in Hudson. My grandfather was the mayor and city treasurer at one point. So my father was the commissioner for the fire department. A lot of family. My cousin was a police officer, so big family movement here in Hudson.
So you go way back then, huh?
Absolutely.
And you went to Hudson High School and all stuff like that?
Hudson High School, Columbia Green College, and after that, kind of just soared with my entrepreneurial spirit.
Gotcha. What got you interested in doing what you're doing?
Well, I started writing lyrics probably. I was around 12 years old when I started really getting into English class and started writing lyrics and poetry that turned into hip-hop songs. And then, Hudson was a big hip-hop town back in, early 90s, 91, 92 especially. And really it was all about listening to what was really good out there. So the hip-hop scene was huge here, and I fell in love with it.
So did it like when I first got interested in radio, I quote, did radio in my bedroom, that kind of thing. Did you kind of do that yourself? And
I did. As a teenager, my parents stuffed me up in the attic, and I had my own apartment up there almost, pretty much.
Very cool.
Yeah, and I used that as a sanctuary and just... I still have shoe boxes full of lyrics when I was that age, around 11 years old. I kept every one of them.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right, on to Vinny. Tell us about you.
Yeah, I'm also a local lifer, born in the city but raised in Germantown.
Okay.
And so went to school there, and sometime around, I think it was 14 or 15, I didn't know one band that existed, never listened to one song or anything. I was just a kid that kept to myself, and I did sports. But I remember my first record, I picked up Nirvana's Nevermind.
Okay, yeah.
And it just exploded in my head, and I was just like, oh my God, this is amazing. I was a drummer. I was in the school band drumming at the time.
Gotcha.
So right away, found the only guy in town. He was awesome. This guy, Faye Johnson, him and I, we started a two-man band. We didn't have a singer, so I just started screaming my head off. We did punk rock.
Okay, yeah.
And like Sean, notebooks full of lyrics. Taught myself guitar, taught myself bass, taught myself keyboard, and I needed to be a songwriter. So got myself a Tascam 8-track.
Yeah.
And made mixtapes and forced my friends to listen. Eventually one of those got in the hands of a Sony A&R Scout. I got some great feedback. Okay. Along the years, I've done the grind. I've played in clubs. I've played beautiful places like the Egg in Albany.
Yeah.
And dark, dank punk rock clubs, down in the city. And I've loved it all. And so it's kind of coming full circle. And I'm re-energized writing with Sean with this hip hop thing. And obviously I come from a rock background. And it's been great for me. Yeah.
All right, so we both know how you guys got into this. How did you guys get together?
Yeah.
The stories are so similar, but different at the same time because I come from the hip hop era and he comes from the rock era. And we both have our own businesses outside of this. He owns his own business, antique business, and I own my clothing company, Sincerely Dedicated. So just very entrepreneurial spirits with a lot of passion, and just ready to take over and figure out how we're going to do so. So basically, we just met through a connection, and I heard something that he had sent me, and I just fell in love with it. And and I said, yeah, and I'd love to try to work on something with you. And once we heard what we came together with, the chemistry was so intense, we just couldn't help it. And I said, man, this is something different.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I didn't know if maybe one of you saw somebody else performing somewhere, if that was how.
Well, I had heard of Sean through a mutual friend, Tim Coons, and I had played in a band with Tim Coons. Actually, it was a great name of a band. We were called Your Mother. And yeah, and so we were rocking. We played all the grungy clubs, and we played grunge bills and stuff like that. We toured and did some stuff. But he turned me on to Sean's stuff, and I was kind of an instant fan because I saw how sincere, and his company is sincerely dedicated. Is true. He was legit. This was his lyrics were what he is as a person and what he wants to portray, and I always felt that was me too as a rock artist.
Speaking of strange band names, my two brothers played in a punk band in the '80s. The band's name was Puss.
Puss, yes.
Oh, wow.
Well, it has to be.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
There you go.
That's a good one.
Anyhow, you brought some music with you. We want to play a song that you guys did called Julius Caesar first. Tell us a little bit about this, how this came about, and is there a backstory to it, et cetera, et cetera?
This is the first song that we completed.
Yeah.
So we
first
got
song that we wrote together.
Yeah, and I write the instruments. So
Vinny actually makes the instruments 100%. He plays all of the drums. He plays the guitar. He plays the keyboard. I mean, this guy is jack of all trades, and that's why I fell in love with him and his style. So the way Julius Caesar came together, he sent me that instrumental, and I was blown away. And immediately, as soon as I'm blown away by a track, the first thing I want to do is just attack it with some lyrics. And I hit him with some lyrics, and we were like, wow, this is crazy. And so that's kind of how Julius came together. Of course, the name Julius Caesar, we all know who that is, and basically it's all about feeling like in the face of adversity, when you want your closest people to have your back, they end up, turning on you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, let's give it a listen.
Life is a mystery, everyone making history, either the change in the world or leaving a trail of misery. What's the vision for the future? I guess it's kinda like the rhythm given by producers, written by Medusa. Perseus got the head off, but she can still seduce ya. Nobody said life was easy, but we wake with the rooster, ready for curveballs tossed to the World Series, while we grow and try to reap what we sow by the world's theories. Who knows who's right and who's wrong? Who knows who writes the song? We all know the only goal is to sing along. Nobody's puppet, are we? We started with Atari. Coleco turned into a technological safari. Alexis watched and stand up with Aziz Ansari. I'm sorry, I promise God never drove a Ferrari. Are we doomed from the start? Or is there something in the core of our hearts that keeps us making the mark?
Will I finally hit my stride? Then I see the eyes tearing me up inside. Fill my world with lies. Feel safe, turn my back. They go on attack while I'm feeling high. They go for my life.
Everyone stares but nobody pays to you. Everyone glares but has nothing to say to you. Everyone sees where you're headed in life. The fire burns bright like the red on the night. Fair weather friends are never fair. The fearless are never scared. Give up and you wear a mark you forever bear. Don't feel defeated, mistreated, just keep competing. Believe in yourself no matter if you run out of reasons. Seize the day like M shadows lead the way to battle. Pull the knife at your back and slap on the saddle. Dirt and gravel in between the cuts, but you'll survive by the skin of your hide as long as you use what lies inside. Pay no attention to the naysayers, the haters. They want you dead, so say your prayers. They made the bed, so now that's where they sleep amongst the sheep. While you run with the pack of wolves, always search for the nearest peak. I always said you're up shit's creek without a paddle, and there's no turning back once you hear the crack of that gavel. Judge, jury, and the execution. If you execute it properly, you'll find your restitution.
Will I finally hit my stride? Then I see the eyes tearing me
And we are back. What's going on? And the band called MetaVerse, local couple of guys, Sean Delaney and Vinny Velez. Very cool video for that I saw. I saw quite a few local scenes. Was everything filmed local for that?
Yeah, everything
Absolutely.
was in and around Hudson. Yeah, absolutely.
Other than you two, I didn't recognize anybody.
No, there was some really cool people in the video.
Absolutely.
And people whose lives had been touched by the issues that actually take place and we're talking about in the video, which we thought was just it was crazy, genuine, and just awesome that they did it. You know?
Very much.
Yeah. Who do you guys use for like video company and all that? Are they local as well?
It's interesting. The photographer that was here this morning is our videographer.
Oh, no
so
kidding.
he, that was actually his first music video ever that he created, and very impressive as far as what he put into it, and we just appreciate everything that he did put into it for us because he did it on the strength of the passion of the music.
Yeah.
Now,
Raw Photography is the name of the.
Oh, I was going to
Raw
say,
photography.
is that his line of work, or does he do that on the side like you guys do?
He's into real estate, and he, but his passion lies within the entertainment, which is most of us.
How long did it take you guys to do that whole video thing from start to finish?
It was maybe like a 3-week process.
Yeah.
It was, fairly quick.
I'd say it was very quick.
Not bad.
Mhm.
Yeah. No,
Yep.
I mean, sometimes you got like major movie stuff. They film all day long for a 2-minute scene.
Right.
Oh, absolutely.
It's crazy sometimes. When they did that Angelina Jolie movie up in Albany, they shut down 787 for a week.
Yeah, Salt. Yeah,
and it would turn out to be like a 4-minute scene. It's like, oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
So that's good. You guys are able to pull that off.
Absolutely.
So okay, so you got this one down.
Mm-hmm.
What are you working on next?
Our next single is called Project Unite, and it really is a perfect time for this song. With all of the divide and the hatred that is being seen on media and everything, we would like to be the change using our power of wordplay and using our power of music to bring about this change.
Well, very cool.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing I know the song's finished because we're going to be playing it shortly. But the video for it, are you currently in the middle of filming that, or are you just right now on the drawing board? Or
Yeah, we just filmed here in Hudson on Promenade Hill.
Yeah,
we had about 30 kids maybe show up, and children of all different backgrounds. And we just wanted to convey that image of unity. We had them together, give them the heart sign as Sean and I performed the song, and it was awesome. It was awesome to see the kids turn out and be excited about the music, and also be excited just being in a video, in general. And we let them be kids.
It was.
So
we were able to put all of our children, and our actual families in there.
Are these like people or do you go to a local agency or something like that? Or?
We did reach out, and with the support system of our own families, my wife and Vinny's wife were able to connect a lot of different children to come and be a part of this. And then we even had a dance mom that was there to choreograph and make sure that the kids were all set up properly. Yep. So it was great.
Yeah,
very neat.
It was very hot that day though. The kids were looking for.
Yeah, they checked out at some point, and we still had more scenes to shoot.
Right.
But we just made a judgment call and said, "Man, the kids got to be
kids. If they're not having
that's
fun,
that's
the end.
Let's let them loose." So they did. They were happy.
We said you're free, and they all said, "Yeah."
And of course, for something like that, you overshoot, right? Because some stuff you end up not needing.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. That's at some points the kids were I don't know, having conversations. They were off in La La Land, but we let them be kids, because we knew that some of the footage is going to work. Not all of it needs to work.
So if somebody wants to be in one of your videos, can they just contact you guys in some way? I mean,
absolutely.
I know there's a lot of people out there that sort of have the the acting or the camera bug kind of thing,
For
and
sure.
Whenever they shoot full length films here in Hudson, there's always people show up and want to be in it.
Oh yeah. I'm actually one of those people. I do film on the side and TV.
Jack of all trades.
And so I I love all that stuff. I love acting as well as music.
And we had some actors in the video that have our friend Frank Dianda was in the video. He was on The Sopranos, and so he's got some great film background also, and he's got some stuff coming up. So
Yeah.
Did he live on The Sopranos, or did they?
That's a good question. Did he?
yeah, we'll have to
Not
find
too
out.
many people lived.
I doubt it.
That's what I'm asking, if he actually made it to the end of the thing.
Yeah.
All right, so we're about to play the song. What is the name of it again?
Project Unite.
All right, and here it is.
I said, lend me your hand. God put his foot in the sand so we can all figure out where we stand. Yes, united as one, together we can. Weather the storm and never feel the hatred again. Never. I let the ink fall free from my pen to make you think about the message that we're trying to send. Love. If you ain't with it, then don't try to pretend. Just know right now you're looking in the eye of a friend. And I'm just painting you a picture like the Holy Scripture. The whole world's a melting pot, one incredible mixture. Right. One blood, one brother, one sister. One love ain't enough to heal the blister. Everybody's got a story to tell. An opportunity for unity, what a story to sell. Prepare for tears, better grab an umbrella. I guarantee it'll be your bestseller.
Mama, I'm sorry, I'm a little conflicted. I wanna love, but I learn to hate. Then the images in my head just will not go away. I'm sorry, I've been convicted of avoiding all the pain. When the world really seems to need me, it's when I look away. It's not enough to dream of better days. Not enough to wish it all away. Not enough to say someday things will change.
We're all diverse, but we're all on this earth. One commonality is our birth. We all came in the same way. A common misconception, people forget to this day. Get on your knees and pray to whatever God you believe in. Find hope, untie the rope and stop the bleeding. I know so many died for my freedom. Since the beginning of time, I still can't find a reason. Or a meaning behind all this destruction. At what point did society malfunction? All the war, all the poor, all the corruption. Hope you're ready to go to work, it's time to punch in. There's so much to be done. Our children depend on us. There's so much to be won. What type of life you want to give your daughter or son? What type of man am I if I'm a father who runs?
Mama, I'm sorry, I'm a little conflicted. I wanna love, but I learn to hate. Then the images in my head
And back we are. What's going on your Sunday morning? Speaking with Sean Delaney and Vinny Velez from MetaVerse. What do you guys got planned in the near future? I know your big future is to be known across the country, but in the near future, what are your goals?
Well, I would say our goals are to just continue to push out great music that has the ability to change the world. That's my goal, as far as because the music that's out there, there's not enough substance in there, you know.
Do you guys do? I know you had said that you're not really. I don't want to say touring, but performing out and about in the public. I mean, at this point in your career, I'm sure you do covers and stuff too, you know, to help fill up a show.
We would, yeah, absolutely, we would, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we actually we were sitting on a bench one day, and we were waiting to shoot a scene in the first video, and we hadn't really jammed. You know, we're writing music,
Yeah.
but hadn't sat down on a bench and jammed. And so I whip out a riff of Sting's "Every Breath You Take," and he starts rapping the Puff Daddy version of that song, and it was great. It was on the spot, and so when we put things together, it's going to come together real quick.
And that was going to be my next question. Give me a title of a song that you would like to remake in your own style.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's funny because we were actually conversing about songs that we would cover. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And we came up with the idea. Well, I came up with I said, if we're gonna do a cover song, then I'd like to go like super big and crazy.
Yeah.
So I said, let's cover a Beatles song.
Okay.
He says it goes right away to the most difficult, but that's Sean, you know. So he's like, and then his next step though will be like, Vinny, get all the music and get everything together, but redo it in our own style.
Exactly.
And he's like, he really likes Blackbird,
I do.
and that's a beautiful song.
Yeah, I can't hear that rap.
Now, how do you make that song into a rap song? Well, maybe that's what MetaVerse will bring to the table, something like that.
I mean, off the top of my head, I was thinking "Come Together." You know what I mean? With the type of beat that has under it, I could see something with that.
The Beatles have many hip hop beats and styles in a lot of their music.
All right, you guys got a ton of stuff out there for people to check out. We're going to the internet. Where do they go to? Tell us all how to find you.
First thing, check out HudCityEntertainment.com. And on HudCityEntertainment.com, if you put a /MetaVerse, you'll go right to the MetaVerse page.
Right.
But it'll take you, HUD City Entertainment will be able to show you all around the MetaVerse world. And you can find us. We're on all social media things. I mean, we're snapping pictures today. We're excited to be here. So our social media people are going to see all this stuff on Instagram. We're MetaVerse 2.0. Okay. On Facebook, we're MetaVerse 2.0.
Right.
And on Twitter, we are
MetaVerse 518.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not 838.
518.
Oh yeah.
518.
We rep the area code strong.
Well, very good, guys. It was so nice actually getting to meet you guys today and letting other people know about the good stuff you're doing. So
Thank you so much.
That was a pleasure.
Thanks for coming in. And
Yeah.
Absolutely.
we'll talk to you all next week.